everybody, it's me, Undead Viking. I am doing a little video blog here. I don't normally do these. I had this big plan a while back that I was going to do a lot of these. I was going to do like one a week or one every 2 weeks, and then I kind of did one for a while, and I kind of ran out of things to say, and it was one of those things. Then I decided, well, whenever I had something to say, something I felt that was important, I would put it to the whole video blog thing, and I'd tell you what I was thinking, what I was doing, what I had coming up, and that sort of thing. And then one of those things happened where I felt that was kind of forced, but then something really neat happened, and I started talking to a group of friends online. We talked a lot, and then I just started doing my Google Hangouts, which are the weekly a la boom. If you don't tune into that, usually every Wednesday night at 9 p.m., myself and several of my friends and special guests, we get together online and we talk about gaming and conventions and pop culture and movies and just anything at all. We just have a nice long conversation, and it goes quite a while, actually. And of course those are on my feed on YouTube if you want to check those out. But that kind of took the place of my whole video blog. So I haven't really done one of these a lot, and I wouldn't expect me to start doing these, but I am going to try to start doing them. One of the things I'm planning on doing is I'm going to try something new with the coming year in 2016. I'll detail more of that once I get closer to 2016. But I have plans and I have some changes, and there might be something pretty cool coming up with the whole Undead Viking videos. That's enough of a teaser as far as that goes. And maybe that'll never come to fruition, but something has been kind of in the works for so long, and for several years it seems like, actually. So regardless, anyway, get away from that. So the reason why I am doing this particular video blog is very important. It's the Extra Life charity event that's coming up on November 7th. Now, I'm going to put a pin in that, and we're going to take a step back, and we're just going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you a story. And those of you who watched this video blog of like last year about this is kind of the same thing. Extra Life Charity is a really, really big deal. It helps out children's hospitals all over the nation, and all over the world, I think. And children's hospitals obviously are very important if you are a parent or an uncle or an aunt or a grandparent or what have you, or a children yourself. You'll know that it is a pretty big deal, and every little bit helps. And for those of you who watch, and I'm going to apologize, I'm going to get choked up as I tell this story, as I always do. Those of you who watch this YouTube channel have seen my daughter on here. Not recently. She's gotten a little camera shy lately. But my #1 gaming partner in this world. I have a great gaming group. I have actually 2 great gaming groups. My normal game group and my Bizarro gaming group. But I also play games with my wife. But my #1 gaming partner is my daughter. My daughter and I sit in this room right here where I do my videos, and she and I play games. We probably play a game every day. And it goes without saying that she is, she's not my favorite child or anything like that, but she really is my best friend. She is there every day to cheer me up, and we laugh and we giggle and we hang out, and we watch movies together, and we cook together, and we hang out, and we play jokes and pranks on her brother together. And that isn't to say that my wife isn't an awesome friend to me either. She's my partner in my life, and she is amazingly important. And my little boy is amazing. I love Caleb so much, and he's becoming like his dad, which, if I ever find that son of a bitch, no, I'm just kidding. He really is becoming like me. He really likes Star Wars. He likes playing with action figures. He enjoys drawing. He enjoys coming up with crazy songs and crazy dances, and he's just this little ball of joy. And there's nothing as wonderfully beautiful as when he gets so tired from going at it and fighting, as I say, fighting the sleep monster all day, And then when he finally is falling asleep, and I ask him if he's tired, and he's like, just will say something in his soft little voice. I just need a little rest, Dad. You know, and then he'll put his head on his pillow and he's out. You know, and he's amazing. But getting back to my daughter, my daughter, Rylan, is 8 years old, and you wouldn't know it, but when she was born, I almost lost her. I guess my wife and I almost lost her. I should say. She was born very premature. She weighed less than 3 pounds, which I guess 2 pounds 10 ounces when she was born, and she fit in the palm of my hand. And she fought for her life for 2.5 months at the NICU at my local hospital, Sanford Medical, and they saved her life, quite frankly. And maybe, you know, if we'd lived near another hospital, they would have saved her life too. But regardless, the staff at Sanford Medical did that for me and gave me my best friend. And for those of you who've watched my videos, you've probably seen these footprints, and that's how tiny her footprints were when she was born. They're like this big. And that was the toughest 2.5 months of my life. During that time, my last surviving grandparent died. My grandmother, my dad's mom, and I remember thinking, between that and my daughter fighting for her life, I remember thinking I couldn't imagine my life being any tougher than that moment, and it never has. It's been smooth sailing. I mean, I've had, you know, downs since then, but nothing compared. And I even told myself at that moment, I told myself, remember how helpless and how horrible you feel at this moment, because it'll never compare, you know, and you know, you'll never, you know, have a like, stuff will go bad, but it'll never be this bad. And if I can just get through this, and I prayed, and I said, you know, and if you're not religious, that's fine, but I did, and I am, and I said, God, just get me through this, and you know, I know I'll be able to handle anything that comes down the road after this, and it has happened, and I have my little girl, and she's amazing, and she's smart, and she's funny, and she's sassy, and she talks back to her dad when, and you know, and it's an adventure every day, being a dad, and it's the coolest thing. It's the best and coolest job you'll ever get in the entire world, being a parent. So, I want to show you something. I came home, and one day, and my daughter came up to me and she said, Dad, I made a game. And I said, what? And she's like, yeah, I made a game. I want you to play it with me. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's play this game. And my wife is very crafty. And not only like is she crafty, like what you think, like, you know, like like what are those things, with the books where you scrapbooks, like stuff like that, but also like, you know, designing, like, or decorating the house. But she's also very, very good, like, she's a good word worker. She's building me gaming shelves and things like that, and way better than I am. And my dad's a carpenter, so he's, you know, he's probably a little bit annoyed about that. But regardless, but so my daughter had this piece of wood that my wife did not need anymore from one of her projects, and so my daughter drew this on the other side. And obviously, it's a checkerboard. And I asked her what this was, and she said, "Well, this is the game." And you can't really see, but there's like this little start here. And you start through, and there's a maze that you have to get through, and there's the finish over here. But in the meantime, she took out all my D&D minis and she put them on this board, and she came up with this really, really convoluted game of these D&D minis moving from spot to spot that would allow people to move through this maze, but then also allow people to put X's and O's into the tic-tac-toe spots around here. And then there's like this rainbow, and then you could make these hamburgers over here with all these different toppings. And I'll be honest, I don't remember all the rules. But I played this game with my daughter, and I had a blast. I have no idea what I played. I don't know what I did. But, you know, and just because she's a kid, she got done playing it, and we played it. And she just said, "Oh, you can have it, Dad." And then she walked away. And I've had this for a while now. I've never played the game again, but I'll keep it. And this, if I ever did a top 100 list, this would be my number one game of all time, right here, this one. Because my daughter made this, and she came up with all these rules, and I played this game, and it was amazing. And because of that, because this children's hospital, Sanford Medical, because they saved my daughter's life, I was able to play this game with my daughter. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't have a rule sheet, and this is, like I said, this is all there is left of it. I couldn't tell you what the rules were, how we played it to begin with, but it was a lot of fun. And I never would have had that experience if it wasn't for the fact that Sanford Medical did what they did for me. I can't ever repay the debt that I owe them, but every year at the Extra Life Charity, I go to my local game store, Paradox Comics and Cards. I have a private room there, and I get both my gaming group and my Bizarro gaming group, and my wife and my son and my best friend, my daughter, and we play games for 24 hours. Paradox is run by Richard Early. You might have remembered a video blog I did with him a while back, where we talked about the fact that he is visually impaired, and we talked about gaming for the blind. And Richard is an amazing individual. He is a leader in our community, and he is all about giving back to people and to charities that deserve recognition and deserve help. And he has reached out to nearly every restaurant in town, and he has got them to give us free food and free drinks and free snacks. And he is paying out of pocket for a ton of things. And he is charging people to come in and play games during this marathon. And what's really cool is that he and I work together, and and other people as well. And I have contacted many of the gaming publishers that I am friends with, and I have asked for donations of any kind to have giveaways, because we were doing hourly giveaways in the marathon to get people to come in. And hopefully I won't forget anybody, but Minion Games, Tasty Minstrel Games, Cool Mini or Not, Devious Weasel Games, Dice Hate Me, Greater Than Games, oh man, I'm gonna forget some. Game Salute, Mayfair. I'm going to forget one, and I apologize if I forgot. If you donated, please let me know after you watch this. I should have written down this list. But these people have, Sandy Peterson Games, and there's one more, and I'll think of it here in just a second. And Stronghold Games, Stephen Bonacore. They've all donated to the cause, and I can't thank I can't thank those people enough for how kind they are. And Gatekeeper Games, John Rott, I apologize. My fellow Alaboomer donated as well. So all these people have donated these games and whatever, so we can give these away. And so people will see this giant swag table, and they'll want to come in and donate money to children's hospitals for things like that. So I guess the whole point of this conversation here is that I have over 12,000 followers. Now, not all of you are going to watch this video, and that's fine. But if you're watching this video, I'm going to ask one of two things. If you can find it in your heart, I'll post a link here. You'll probably see a pop-up here or whatever. I'll post a link, and it'll go right to my Extra Life charity event page. And there you can donate to my cause. And if I could get all of you to donate, if all 12,000 of you watch this video, and all 12,000 you donated $1, I mean, that would be amazing. I know that's not going to happen, and I understand. Charity is a big deal, and it's not always easy just to give money away, but it is. The great thing about the Extra Life Charity is that every dollar given to it is actually given to the hospital that is in question. It is purely for charity. There's no profit here going on. If you can't donate, I completely understand, and I'm not holding anybody to it, but look in your local area, check out and see. You can do Extra Life anywhere, and it takes nothing. Go to the website, start a team, do it yourself, and pick a local hospital for yourself. Find out if there's an event going on nearby. Take part in that. There's lots of ways that you can give back, and I would, this is one of those things where it's like really, really big and really, really important to do this. And I guess I'm of the opinion that people should be more charitable. I'm horrible at it. I really am. I mean, it isn't really in the forefront, and I don't really think of it until it hits me square in the face. And but you got to start somewhere, right? And this is my big event, and this is my big thing, and I'm just humbly asking for any and all support that you can possibly give to help out the hospital that allowed me to be able to play this game with my daughter. So there you go. If you live in the Fargo-Moorhead area or reasonably close by, I invite you to come down to Paradox Comics and Cards on November 7th. It begins at 8 a.m. Central Time. If you want to join me in my room, like I said, I have a private room. We're going to have a couple of tables. We got room for about 12 to 15 people in there to play games. I'm more than happy to have you come out and join us. There is a donation needed to get into Paradox for the event, but as I said, free game giveaways, like the giant from the giant swag table, and free food, free drinks, and lots and lots and lots of fun. I invite also all my viewers to tune in, because I am going to do a live streaming feed from our gaming area. I'm going to try to actually. Last year we did 24 hours of D&D, which was fun, but it wasn't exactly interactive. So this year we're going to play more board games, and I invite any and all of you to tune into the live stream, and I'm going to try to get the camera right on the board so you can actually see the game we're playing and then actually follow along as we play. And I'm going to try to stay online as far as like with tweeting and pictures and what have you, and let everybody know exactly what's going on with the event. So if you have any questions at all about it, by all means, go ahead. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and let me talk about my daughter and talk about my family and talk about this charity that means a lot to me. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. And just go ahead and have yourself one heck of an awesome day. And I'll just thank you all in ahead of time for your support and for supporting children's hospitals. All right. Well, you have a great day. I will talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.